Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Lightblade. Well, in this video I wanted to make a list of 5 reasons why Azerite armor is a failure in Battle for Azeroth. So I've been around watching other videos and reading forum posts, and there's a lot of negativity surrounding this expansion. But I think the most important thing that they messed up is one of the core features, that is Azerite armor. So I'll go ahead and let's start with the list. Okay, so reason number 5 is bad tuning. Let me add some context to it. We all know that there are really powerful traits and really weak ones. At the start of the expansion, the gap was incredibly big. Some traits actually could reduce your damage even when these traits were on higher item level pieces. So Blizzard tried to fix this by nerfing and buffing some traits. Okay, here is what I mean by bad tuning. These nerfs and buffs were huge. Some traits were nerfed by 50-60%, and others were buffed by similar amounts. The thing is, there is a beta for a reason. These things should have been tested before, and messing up by such a big margin is ridiculous. Number 4 is uncertainty. So this is a consequence of the bad tuning. So after players saw their best trait be gutted by a giant nerf, they were forced to look for others, and surprise surprise, the gear that has their new best trait was traded to someone else last week. So it's back to trying to get that other piece of gear again, and this creates uncertainty on players, making them just hoard Azerite pieces because they don't know if Blizzard will, with a press of a button, mess up the balance again. Number 3 is need excessive simming. Okay, so most players that are aiming for progression, being that Mythic Plus or raiding or both, always ran simulations to pick the best gear possible, but it wasn't a necessity as it is now. Before, you could just look up to a piece of gear, and most of the time you knew it was an upgrade. Now each swap of Azerite gear, even for casual players, need to be simulated, or else you run the risk of gimping your output. This is because Azerite gear is so unintuitive. There's like 10 traits that proc damage, but which of them is the best? The only way of knowing this is simming. Number 2 is boring traits. So Azerite traits were supposed to replace tier and our artifact weapon traits, and bring back the feeling of these systems. But most of the Azerite traits are simple procs that do damage or a stat proc. There's very few that actually interact with the class's gameplay, and those that do are most of the time not viable, since they are an output loss compared to the simple proc ones. There is no interaction with most of the traits, and no sense of progression on these. And number 1 is can't be farmed. All of the other problems are bad, but the biggest one, at least in my opinion, is that Azerite armor can't be farmed. We have limited sources of them. That's raiding, our Mythic Plus and PvP caches, and Mythic Zeros at a low item level of 340. This is a huge problem because getting an Azerite armor piece that we want has an incredibly low chance. They could actually fix the other 4 reasons I mentioned here just by letting people farm Azerite armor from Mythic Plus or PvP, since people could target their best in slot and get them by running dungeons over and over, or doing more arenas and getting the end of match rewards. Obviously, the cap of Azerite gear you could get from these methods should be 370, so mythic raiding is still rewarding, and the reorigination array secret trait makes it that raid Azerite pieces are still needed to progress, since they give big boost of stats while in Uldir. They could make brackets to reward Azerite gear in Mythic Plus. Like for example, from Mythic 2 to Mythic 5 they can only drop 340 Azerite gear. From Mythic 6 to Mythic 8 they could drop 355 gear, and from Mythic 9 and upwards they can drop 370 pieces. Blizzard wants us to get different sets of Azerite gear to do their content, but doesn't let us farm them. You can see that their ideas are against one another. I really hope they fix these problems on the next patch. And well guys, That's my list of reasons why Azerite armor is a failure in BFA. But I want to hear about your opinions as well, put them down in the comments. And as always, like and subscribe if you liked the video. Thanks for watching.